So let's look at tanks. Okay, so Paladin needs a buff, Dark Knight needs a buff, and Warrior needs a slight buff, like very slight. Maybe like, I don't know, 20, 30 potency. And Gunbreaker doesn't need any buffs. That's if they want to bring everything in line with Gunbreaker. I would assume that Paladin would receive a significant buff. Dark Knight would also receive a buff. Warrior probably won't, but if it does, it will probably be very small. And I would not expect Gunbreaker to receive a buff, but they love buffing Gunbreaker, so they probably will anyway. Who cares about tank DPS? That's like saying who cares about healer DPS when the game is entirely based around DPS. So the median is 591, 6.2, 57, 56, yeah. Honestly, though, man, as crazy as it sounds, the tank balance isn't as bad as it was in Walker. It's a little scuffed, but it's not as bad as it was in Walker. Reaper and Viper are kind of blowing it up. Holy fuck, man, dude. Black Mage is so fucking trash, dude. Jesus Christ. What a horrible fucking job. Doesn't want to move, can't fucking res, and its damage is shit. Jesus. Yeah, Summoner will probably see... Let's see, 79. I mean, honestly, like, is Summoner that bad? I mean, I guess it could use a buff. 84, 84, 84. They either have to buff, like, literally everything, or they just nerf Picto. I don't know, they might go with just nerfing Picto slightly. Like, I don't think it needs a huge, significant nerf. It is a bit overtuned, though. So then they're going to need to make a choice. They either nerf that or buff the others. So what do you imagine? White Mage and Scholar will see a slight buff, maybe to their Glare and Broil, something like that.
A few moments
I'm glad
later.
Sage is good. It's my favorite healer. I love Sage, man. It's a very fun job. Is my Gunbreaker arc over? No. No. I'm still considering playing it for Prog. Like, now that I see the damage numbers more, I'm pretty set on going Warrior. Warrior is insanely strong for Prog, man. It's just so fucking good. And I'm going to play either the top or the second top tank. It was a good run, boys. No, I mean, I might have to swap, okay? Because if Craig is set on playing Paladin, then one of us is going to have to swap if we run into a DPS check. And I can just swap to Gunbreaker. I don't mind. Because Craig hates Gunbreaker. And I don't hate Gunbreaker. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know, it's like a love-hate relationship. This is pretty interesting. I have yet to really like go in and test and fuck around because I've been leveling. I'm going to work on my rotation videos and stuff, my opener videos and stuff. Like, I believe 2.5 Warrior is still a play. I mean, you could also go like 2.4. Gunbreaker is really good at 2.4 or 2.1, but Paladin, as far as I know, you still want 2.5. Like, skill speed does not benefit Paladin at all because it's not like you generate anything extra. I would say tenacity is even way better on Paladin than skill speed. So because you want Paladin at 2.5, Gunbreaker is also playable at 2.5. Basically, if you have to choose between, like, let's say you just want like one meld loadout, right? You have to choose between, okay, 2.40 or 2.5. Choose 2.5. And the reason why I say that is because Paladin it's going to be detrimental for Paladin on 2.4 versus Gunbreaker is still really good at 2.5. You don't really get another atonement. It also can throw your shit out of line, like with like raid buffs. I mean, is it playable at 2.4? Like, yeah. I mean, it's completely playable at 2.4. I'm not saying it's unplayable. I'm just saying that, you know, I'm just trying to weigh like the benefits. You know what I mean? Wait, you guys got a number on tenacity? Tenacity is 80% of the damage of debt. So still not usable. Okay. If you really don't want to fuck around with like all these different skill speed sets and stuff, just choose like 2.5, honestly. Because at 2.5, dude, you're still going to deal a shit ton of damage on Gunbreaker. It's probably going to be just as high, if not higher, than fucking 2.40. You know, did you crit? You know, that is going to be better than like Paladin at 2.4, I guess what I'm trying to say. Oh, 2.45. I don't really fuck with 2.45 very much. I prefer 2.46 or 2.47. It also depends on your ping, man. Like if you're like trying to get in like the really like sweaty shit, then 2.47 was my preferred, because if your ping is really good, or if you have the cousin and you delay like your buffs like No Mercy and stuff, you can get in all 9 GCDs under 2.47 while still having a really slow skill speed. Is there a real difference? Not really. The 2.46 and 2.47 are going to be depending on like, you know, do you have a cousin? What's your ping like? You know, that type of stuff. But 2.46 is going to deal like literally the same damage. Once you get to that close, it's like more, it's kind of more of a comfort thing. Which tank is ahead? So the hierarchy right now, is Gunbreaker Warrior, Dark Knight Paladin. The balancing is overall super good. Like across all classes, it's super good. There's only a couple fuck-ups. Picto is slightly overtuned. Gunbreaker is slightly overtuned. Black Mage needs a buff, needs a big buff. Ninja needs a small buff. I think Machinist needs a small buff. And I believe White Mage and Scholar need a small buff. And that's it.